cold. Now that cloud is certainly thick enough to, and a little bit of snow across the downs. Could see a couple of centimetres here by the end of the day, and quite a cold breeze for the southern half of England. As you head into the Midlands, northern England, we'll see fairly cloudy skies here, some light rain and some drizzle, and maybe a little bit of that light rain creeping its way into eastern Scotland. Western Scotland should have a bright afternoon, a little bit of sunshine getting towards Glasgow, and a similar story in Belfast. Fairly light winds here, so not feeling too bad. But as you head down across Wales, where it's essentially dry, and down towards the southwest of England, a similar dry story. A little bit of sunshine breaking through, but again, we've got that nagging easterly winds really making it feel quite cold. Now through this evening we'll keep a few of those wintry showers going across the southeastern corner of England, the Downs in particular seeing some wintry weather, but those showers will tend to fade away as the skies begin to clear, and we'll see a frost developing not just across the Midlands and the southeast but also in western Scotland. -1 in Glasgow to start the day, but it should be dry too for much of northern England, dry and cold underneath those clearer skies across the Midlands, East Anglia and the southeast of England, and we've still got that nagging easterly wind. So if you're out and about first thing tomorrow, it really will be quite cold across those southern counts of England into South Wales. Certainly a frost on the ground, but it should be dry and bright with some spells of sunshine through the morning. So we head across the Irish Sea towards Northern Ireland, a bit more cloud around through the morning, maybe not quite so cold, but still those temperatures are pretty close to freezing. Now as the morning wears on, we'll see the frost slowly lifting, and most of us are looking at a pretty decent day actually on Saturday. There'll be some pretty decent spells of sunshine for the southern half of the UK. It's really the north and the east that'll hang on to some thicker cloud, the odd spot of rain, and it tends to cloud over for those southern counties of England. Most places dry, just the odd spot of rain blowing in the breeze, and still quite cold at 4 or 5 degrees for most. So it will be cold for the horse racing on a Saturday. There's a morning inspection for Cheltenham and Chepstow. And it'll be cold too for the FA Cup 4th round. You can catch a lot of that action on Match of the Day. As we go into the second half of the weekend, still not looking too bad for most of us, and decent spells of sunshine for the southern half of the UK. It's the north and the east that hangs on to some thicker cloud and still quite cold. That's around about 5 or 6 degrees. A good deal of cloud around it to start the new week, maybe the odd spot of rain through the Midlands, but Cardiff and London should be that bit drier and a little bit brighter too. Darren.
Jay, thank